Greetings, Guardians of Dominion, Zeus here. Fluffy looks unstoppable on paper, but the real power comes down to one decision most players are getting wrong right now: pet choice. Today, we're breaking down which pet actually unlocks Fluffy's potential, and which ones quietly hold him back. Fluffy is a new addition to Hero Wars, and he's already changing the way battles are played. His kit isn't about raw damage numbers, it's about control, disruption, and survivability. And because of that, the choice of pet patronage matters a lot more than it might seem at first glance. Fluffy can be patronaged by 4 pets: Merlin, Axel, Biscuit, and Chorus. Before we talk about the skills, let's slow things down and start with the stats each pet brings, because this already tells us a lot about how Fluffy is meant to function. Merlin adds 10,000 magic attack and 10,000 magic penetration. Both of these stats are extremely important for Fluffy. Magic attack improves the scaling of his magic-based abilities, while magic penetration helps that damage actually go through, especially against tanky or well-built teams. Axel, Chorus, and Biscuit all add the same stat package: 10,000 magic attack and 10,000 armor. This is where things get interesting. With Fluffy's librarian skin, he already sits at around 35,000 armor. Adding another 10,000 armor through patronage pushes him to roughly 45,000 armor. And that number matters, because many frontline tanks in today's meta start around 50,000 armor. So suddenly, Fluffy isn't just a control hero, he's surprisingly tanky as well. Looking purely at stats, all 4 pets are viable choices for Fluffy. But if we're being precise, Merlin gets a slight advantage here because magic penetration directly amplifies Fluffy's impact against high defense targets. Now let's move from stats to what really defines the choice: the patronage skills. Starting with Merlin. Merlin's patronage skill increases the speed of the owner's magic damage dealing skills by 50%. On paper, this sounds perfect for Fluffy. He has 2 damage-related skills that are affected by cooldowns: Mark of Death and Usurpation. However, testing reveals something important. Usurpation is not affected by Merlin's patronage skill. In the footage, during a 2-minute battle, Fluffy cancels enemy ultimates only 4 times. That's a very clear pattern, roughly once every 20 seconds. Even more importantly, he never cancels a skill faster than that. At first, this didn't make sense. I didn't believe that Merlin simply wouldn't affect usurpation, so I reached out to the community manager. Sandra confirmed that this behavior is fully intentional. There's a hard rule built into the skill. It cannot trigger more often than once every 20 seconds, and that limitation is explicitly defined in the mechanics. And it goes even further. If Fluffy gets stunned, or if his ultimate animation overlaps, the delay can actually extend beyond 20 seconds. In this situation, Merlin only truly helps with Mark of Death, and that alone isn't enough to justify Merlin as the best pet for Fluffy. Next, let's move to Chorus. I won't read the full skill, because most of you already know it. The key part is this: the owner converts 50% of the magic damage they deal into a shield. Here's the issue. Fluffy deals magic damage with only 2 skills. Mark of Death activates when he dies, and Usurpation. That means this shield doesn't charge often at all. Chorus is still a solid pet to bring into battle, but when it comes specifically to patronaging Fluffy, the value just isn't there. The shield is not bad, but it's also not large enough to matter in today's meta, where damage can easily reach into the millions. For that reason, Chorus falls behind as a patronage option for Fluffy. That leaves us with Axel and Biscuit. Let's start with Biscuit. Biscuit's patronage skill, Stay and Chill, reduces the healing received by enemies for 5 seconds. In total, it reduces all healing by 30%. This is where Biscuit becomes very interesting. Fluffy already damages opponents and disrupts their flow, but Biscuit adds a strategic layer on top of that by limiting recovery. Normally, multiple small hits from a single skill are counted as one attack, unless Biscuit is involved. And this creates a key interaction. Fluffy cancels Sebastian's Ode to Serenity, and with Biscuit, he can continue applying pressure afterward, helping to break Sebastian's shield, which can only absorb 15 attacks. Especially on offense, where every move is planned and calculated, Biscuit gives Fluffy a clear advantage that other pets simply can't replicate. Because of that, Biscuit becomes one of the strongest candidates for Fluffy, particularly in offensive setups. Finally, let's talk about Axel. Axel's Patronage skill, Defensive Blob, limits the damage from a single attack to 45% of the hero's maximum health. And this fits Fluffy almost perfectly. As we've seen throughout previous content, most of Fluffy's kit is defensive by design. He cancels ultimates, resurrects himself and allies, and counters basic attacks. Axel adds another defensive layer on top of all that. When Fluffy's skills are on cooldown or temporarily unavailable, Axel can step in and prevent a massive burst from deleting him in one hit. This makes Axel the best choice when Fluffy is used on defense, where survivability and consistency matter more than aggressive pressure. So to wrap everything up, Biscuit clearly stands out as the best option for offense, where planning, healing reduction, and shield breaking are key. Axel, on the other hand, is the strongest choice for defense, giving Fluffy an extra layer of protection when it matters most. Two different pets, two different roles, and that's exactly how Fluffy is meant to be played. Alright, let's bring this home. Fluffy isn't just another new hero, he's a strategic tool that rewards smart decisions. Merlin looks powerful on paper, but once you understand the hard limits in Fluffy's kit, his value drops. Chorus adds survivability, but not enough to keep pace with today's damage-heavy meta. Biscuit stands out on offense, turning Fluffy into a precise disruption hero that shuts down healing and breaks key shields at exactly the right moment. And Axel dominates on defense, adding a critical safety layer when Fluffy's skills are unavailable and one big hit could decide the fight. Now I want to hear from you. Which pet are you using with Fluffy, and where are you seeing the best results, offense or defense? Share your experience in the comments, because that's how we all sharpen our strategy together. If this breakdown helped you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. There's a lot more strategy ahead. Until next time, play smart, plan ahead, and remember, in hero wars, the right decision always wins the battle.